Why did you choose to write a story about sisters?
Well, both Allison and I come from families of sisters. She has two sisters. I have two sisters. And Allison and I have known each other for a long time. So we actually felt like sisters. In fact, we still feel like sisters. And the truth is, you can be related to people through blood, like I am with my real sisters, but you can also be related to people through writing, through art, and for Allison and I, through our imaginations, really. So, we very much feel like sisters, so it made sense to us to write a book about sisters.
With which character in the story do you identify?
I definitely identify with Sylvie. She's the older sister, and I'm the older sister in my family. And even though I'm not the risk taker that Sylvie is, I certainly identify with that urge to protect my younger sisters. And I think that's at the core of why I feel closely aligned to Sylvie.
Animals and nature play an important part in many of your stories. Is there a reason for that?
Hold on, I'm going to ask my assistant. Uh huh. Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, I love to use animals in stories, and even though the animals that I have in my stories have human emotions, they have the same emotions we do, fear and love and all of that. There's a certain naivete about animals and a certain wildness that human characters don't have. And also with very young characters, animals have a certain freedom that humans don't. So for the matters of story, for issues of story, that's a helpful thing to have. So, yeah, I appreciate that about animals. What do you think? Yeah, yeah. What she said.
What's the most challenging part of writing a story with another author?
Well, the hardest part for me is when you're writing your own story like I normally do, you're in total control. So the author is normally like the god or the goddess of their story. So for me, I'm used to writing by myself, so I'm used to having total control over a story. When you collaborate with somebody, when you co-write, you have to give up some of that control and make room for the other writer, and to be able to step back and let that other writer take over the story sometimes, or to say, wait, stop, let's go in this direction, or let's take it in a whole new way, let's re-envision this character. um, so there's a lot of freedom in that too, but at the same time, you have to learn to give and take, and that's definitely hard, especially when you're used to having, being in the driver's seat. It's hard to learn how to have a co-driver.
What advice would you give to our young authors as they learn to improve their skills?
Okay, my answer has two parts. The first part is read everything you can get your paws on, right? Yeah, everything, right? Yeah. Okay. And the second part is to write, write, write. In fact, my overall motto is to write so fast and write so much that when you're done, your fingers are actually smoking. So they're so hot, you have to blow on them to cool them off. So there you go.